Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today's video I'm going to show you this little Paphiopedilum callosum. This is my favorite Paphiopedilum orchid. I bought this orchid about 17 years ago when I first moved to the west coast. I found it at a little flower shop. It was planted in regular earth in a oversized pot. It was so sad, and I brought it home because I knew what it was. I think it was listed for like $5 with the tag, and I was like, okay, well, I'll give it a try. I wasn't sure if it would live or die, but for $5 I'll give it a go. And I brought it home and I just repotted it, and it has grown so nice for me for the last 17 years. It was actually a really big plant up until last year. Last year it got a really bad infestation of mealybugs, and if you watch my video about treating Paphiopedilums for mealybugs, it's a real process. It takes a lot of work, and this was the plant. Like usually if I struggled with the Paphiopedilum and it had mealybugs and I just found them impossible to get rid of, I would just throw them out. But then when this plant got it, I was just like, I can't throw this plant out. It's my favorite plant, and I just had to figure out a way to deal with it and treat it. And so it did have a lot of leaves, and I had to take the plant out of the pot and divide it up. I ended up with about 10 of these fans, 10 divisions, and I sold all of them off except for this one. This was the only one that I kept. So you can see the leaves are a little bit yellow still, just because it was a very stressed plant, and but normally it would just have these nice dark green leaves, and I'm just really happy that it's even alive and that it doesn't have mealybugs anymore. But anyway, it has a really beautiful bloom. It's like a purpley color with this wash of green inside. It's a little bit psychedelic. I love the shape of the flowers. From the side it looks like a little pompadour hairstyle or something from the top, but it's just really, really pretty. It's really easy to grow and bloom. It blooms for me every year like clockwork. Sends out a flower spike at the end of the spring, beginning of the summer, when the days are, long and the nights are short. So I'm pretty sure that's what triggers the blooms every year. And I know that every year when it's blooming, I can look and there'll be a new growth coming out somewhere. And I know that that's going to be the one that blooms next year. It's got a really regular rhythm and cycle. So there you go. There's the new growth. And that's the one that will bloom next year. So this one will mature over the course of the summer and fall, and in the spring it will shoot out a new flower spike. And I love this plant because if you have more than a couple of fans, they all bloom exactly the same time, like clockwork. So you can have a really nice display. And you don't have to do anything special. It just does everything on its own. It has this beautiful marbled foliage that even when it's not in bloom, it looks really, really nice. The colors are great, and the leaves are really thick and sturdy. These yellow ones, I mean, they don't look nice, but they do give energy to the plant. And actually, what I did before when I had a larger plant was I would just split these older fans off of the main plant, and it would grow a new fan, because they just spread like weeds. They're really beautiful. This is a species, so it grows like this in the wild, in nature. And unlike a lot of orchid species, this one is really, really easy to bloom and grow for me. So this is Paphiopedilum callosum. I do have some pictures of this plant on my Instagram, so at the end of this video I will post a picture of it in full bloom when it had many fans. I think I have a nice picture of it when it had like 4 flowers going at the same time. And yeah, if you ever see this plant around, I highly recommend it, especially if you have had some trouble getting Paphiopedilums to bloom. This is the one that I'm like, oh yeah, okay, I can do it. It's just so easy with certain plants. Some of them are really complicated, but this one is not. Anyway, thanks very much for watching. Hope you liked this video.